what your dream career is. If you want to be a doctor, then a medical MOS is probably the most logical. If you want to be a pilot, then obviously an aviation MOS probably makes the most sense. If you aren't sure what your dream job is, which I wasn't, ask yourself what jobs look exciting, right? Because if you're excited and you're enjoying going to work, it's probably going to be better than if you're just like, decent job. You can always exit the military and pursue another career if you end up disliking it. You could also do what's called a lateral move or lat move, which means that after 3-4 years in your MOS, you can submit to go through a different MOS school and change your job. As a recruiter, it seemed that every male applicant I talked to said, I think the infantry sounds pretty exciting, which I always made sure to let them know that the infantry is a rough job to have for a career. Like, if you want to live and sleep in the cold and rain, like, awesome. It's not for everyone, but there's definitely some fun to it. Yeah, it's exciting, but let's talk about your plans after the military. If you join the infantry, you will absolutely gain a wealth of leadership and management abilities, and you may really enjoy it. You will also be training constantly, and depending on your training schedule, may not have a ton of time for taking college classes or whatever else you want to do with your life. Now, that's totally fine, and the leadership skills will definitely set you up for success, but if you're not 100% set on the infantry, let's look into some more technical MOSs as well. Being open-minded to opportunities is crucial. Now, let's take a look through some of these other job fields. In my opinion, the perfect MOS is one that you'll enjoy, is exciting, and provides you with a transferable skill set. The first one I'm going to talk about is logistics, which is my occupational field. The logistics field has all sorts of opportunities, both in the military and out. Everything from driving a truck, motor transportation, this guy's original MOS, to moving units around the world on planes, trains, and automobiles. Yes, I literally do this. And that's also embarkation specialist, which is kind of a job that I'm filling right now. Now, jobs in the logistics community will teach you very transferable skills and still allow you plenty of opportunity for travel and adventure. There will always be a need for logistics in both the military and civilian workforce. Anyone that moves requires logisticians. Now, aviation, when you hear the word aviation, you undoubtedly thought about the F-35, II, Joint Strike Fighter, or a screaming into a compound to complete a raid. What you most likely didn't think about is the MOSs that support these pilots. These jobs range from the technicians who inspect the aircraft prior to flight, all the way up to the tower controlling the aircraft or air traffic controllers. And there's no sector in the military that requires as much support and technical proficiency to maintain their operations than the aviation world. In fact, the aviation world is just absolutely known for unrivaled safety standards. They use Lean Six Sigma and systems all the time to just become more efficient. Next, we're going to talk about mechanics, which is often viewed as a subset of logistics and aviation fields, but mechanics are responsible for maintaining all of our vehicles and aircraft. Without these services and these guys turning wrenches, our ability to self-support would be diminished. How could we ever hope to carry out logistics or aviation missions if our transportation systems worked out? Next up is data and communications. Data occupations have been around for years, and they cover everything from setting up our internet on deployments and monitoring our connectivity to inputting cryptologic data into our communication systems. Communications cover all of the advanced communication systems to include satellite, radio, and even triangulation abilities, and they have some cool radar jamming and blocking stuff. Not to mention, they always get to have the really cool tents of TV when you go out training because they have the gear. Cyber commands are one of the newest MOS options in the military. The cyber community is expanding at the cyclic, fast rate and quickly proving themselves to be an important and technologically advanced MOS field. Not only are these occupations gaining speed in the military, but there's an extremely high demand for cybersecurity employees in the civilian sector at the moment too. I mean, just think about everything with Russia, Iran, China, and all these cyber attacks. We're obviously going to boost our cyber world. The next one is intel. The intelligence community has a lot of different jobs. They literally range from gathering and evaluating intelligence information, intel analysts, to counterintelligence jobs that do all sorts of secret squirrel tasks like grow beards and intermingle with people, to psychological warfare, to map reading, to whatever. They can work with surveillance drones, analyzing maps and enemy trends to determine the enemy's most likely course of action and the enemy's most deadly course of action, and the intel these guys provide literally saves lives every day. Next, and this is kind of an obscure one, is exchange and storekeeper. These are smaller occupational fields, but a great way to gain experience working with retail shops and sales. The exchange field is a little different depending on your branch of service, but they all manage the stores on base. For the Marine Corps, for example, exchange personnel operate our personal exchanges and gas stations on base, amongst other things, while the Coast Guard storekeepers manage inventories and supplies while aboard ships. But they ultimately get good retail and management and job experience that can help you in the civilian world. Military police. This is a great occupation if you're interested in a law enforcement career after you exit the military. You have the opportunity of learning everything from typical police work or working as a prison guard, brig guard, canine handling, and you could even branch into the Naval Criminal Investigative Services, NCIS, or Criminal Investigative Department, CID. And there are a ton of options in this field, and it makes for a great segue into becoming a LEO, or a law enforcement officer. Next, I want to talk about medical. And the medical field has a wealth of opportunities for you. Now, I am a little bit less familiar with this because the Marine Corps does not have medical. We use the Navy. But everything from working as a dental assistant to a full-blown dentist, or from a nurse to a physician to the guy who did my knee surgery, highly specialized surgeons, it is possible in the military. The Marine Corps just doesn't offer these jobs. We have some fields that can help get you into it through the Navy. Now, as you can see, there are a myriad of jobs that you can have in the military. Most of these MOSs will provide you with some great opportunities outside of the military. Now, regardless of the MOS you choose, you will gain a ton of leadership and management skills that will help you be successful in life. The intangible benefits of joining the military will definitely help you succeed in life, but never forget that you are ultimately responsible for how successful or unsuccessful you'll be in life. So don't allow yourself to operate as a subpar, and always focus on improving yourself to be the best. Strive to become 1% better every day, and then no matter what your MOS is, you will have skills that translate into the civilian world, and you'll be able to learn new skills that will just continue to help you as time goes on.